Wait, I mean, come on, dude. An improvised theme song for you guys? Fucking good morning. Out of nowhere? Welcome to the fucking Sunday morning coffee stream, dude. Sorry if I fucking just goosed you. I'm hearing YouTube's way better. I'm hearing fuck Twitch. What were they even? I'm hearing suck our fucking dick. Who cares? Twitch fucking sucks. No, I don't know, actually. Who knows? I could go crawling back with my tail between my legs, but we're doing YouTube for now. I will say this. Let's call it an experiment up until the release of motherfucking Field Trippin'. Until episode 1 of Field Trippin' drops, we're on YouTube. We'll see what the fuck happens. I want to get to the point where Twitch is begging us to come back. They're sending us exclusivity contracts. Lou said he's going to quit Twitch and stream on gas. Yeah, dude. Okay, so not to keep beating a dead horse. What's this? Our second YouTube stream? But for anyone that's confused or not up to date, let me just say this. For a comedian, I was doing very well on Twitch. However, it was always nagging me that I felt like I was dragging every viewer I had onto the website. It didn't feel like we were in the right place at all. And I could still end up back there. But I got so sick of the feeling that it's like, it almost feels like a burden. It's like, yo, yeah, I like Twitch. I like video games. I'm not changing anything I'm doing. But it feels like to use that platform, I was like knocking on people's doors and be like, hey, you're probably pretty comfy right now, but why don't you throw some shoes on and we'll go have some fun. I want people to fucking just chill. Do I have a Streamlabs link? You can pin that to the top of the live chat for donations. Oh, it's in the description. How do I do that? How do I pin something in the fucking live chat? I bet you I figure this out in 2 seconds. Do you want to bet me? Oh, Tim, come on, figure it out. Oh, old Timmy. I know you can figure this out, buddy. What's up with Kick? Kick is probably good. I've heard Kick is a lot like Twitch, but better. But guess what, dude? I'm not dragging people to Kick. There's nothing there for me already. Yeah, people don't get my notifications when I go live on Twitch, so we'll give this an honest shot. And when you guys see how much I'm putting into Field Trip, and not to keep bringing this back to Field Tripping, but when you guys see how much fucking work and how much of myself I've invested in it, you'll go, all right, let's just hang out on fucking YouTube, man. Real hentai vibes coming from the robe and room. Then we nailed it, brother. You've stumbled into the hentai hideaway. Kenny tipped $10. What the heck? Stop. All right. You guys don't have to go crazy like that. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know. There was all these false promises in Twitch where it's like, if you do a good job in this way, we'll, all right, I pinned dude, thank you for that suggestion. That was lovely. And it already worked. Twitch is always like, I would get like a crazy amount of support that's supposed to translate into like, well, if people are subscribing, if people are fucking sending bits or whatever, then it's like, oh, well, now we'll start to present you to like, front page stuff. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm looking at the front page and there's people with 4 viewers just sitting there with their mouth open playing Valorant. Put us fucking on there. Let us show what a good time looks like. But yeah, again, Kenny, just thank you for the fucking $10 tip, man. I could use some fucking jewelry. Just bought Street Fighter 6 yesterday. Very good. That'll be great news. So the plan right now, I don't have a schedule for this yet, but we're doing a Street Fighter 6 stream from the studio. We're going to do I'm gonna get a bunch of friends. Think of like your Lemaire's, those types. I'm gonna do a very fun Street Fighter 6 live stream, and I'm just gonna fight my friends, and we'll take challenges from the public. Is YouTube a bigger dickhead about music playing though, or what? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sorry. I don't have an answer for what to do about music yet. Aside from just like starting a band and coming to your town and showing you what fucking rock and roll looks like. Yeah, I am saving up for big fake tits. Oh man, I want the YouTube chat like on the screen though. But I guess if I just leave this on YouTube with the live chat enabled, that's good enough. I don't think YouTube's very forgiving at all about music and stuff. So for now, I hope you guys like video game tunes from YouTube vibe channels. Yeah, everyone throw a robe on. Throw a robe on and settle into the fucking couch. While we listen to fucking 90s drum and bass, probably from a racing game. If I had to guess, this is from a racing game or start. Actually, is this from Wave Race 64? 1080. This is from 1080 snowboarding. Close enough. I was going to punish myself about getting that wrong, but 1080 Wave Race. Tim, will you be repairing more Game Boys? I've been trying to repair my Red Ring of Death 360 with the 11mm bolts and hella washers to allow more heat vents. Do you know any legit fixes for Red Ring of Death? Yeah, if people want to see me doing my... Here's the thing, dude. I've got pussy on lock for the rest of my life. I'm a happily married man to a beautiful hot MILF with tattoos and glasses sometimes. I can sit in the basement and repair electronics and build Gundams and stuff, and it's no impact on my pussy stuff, you know, on my pussy ability. If I start broadcasting that out into the world though, and it starts inspiring people to like do fun little electronics projects, now I'm liable. Now I'm liable for some extremely dry penises out there. Anonymous tipped $6.90. Nice. Thank you for the nice donation. Cat update was on the last stream. I got closure. I'll tell you the short version of it right now, and then I guess I'll have to really go through the whole saga on Dad Meat this week. But the ending of the cat story was that she's been with a loving family for the past 2 years. She was fully adopted 3 months after she went missing, after many attempts to recover her and many attempts to return her to me. We're going to crowdsource my retribution against 24 Pet Watch. So between now and Dad Meat, I want creative ideas to launch our offensive against 24 Pet Watch. They don't know it's coming. I haven't tweeted about it yet. I haven't tagged them or anything. But it's war this week. The cat's alive. The cat's happy. I'll tell you guys all. I'll break it down with Rainey on that. He doesn't know the ending. Well, he does know the ending of the story. He had a sweet idea that I didn't want to go with. But we'll see what's up. We'll get Pete Davidson to leave them a voicemail. We crash the moon into the earth. Yeah, that's what we do. We do it. We 9/11 the entire planet. Oh no! I need my. Fuck. I'm gonna have to take a break in like an hour so I can go get my sinus clearing herbs from Thailand. How do I plan to challenge the CEO? Well, what I was thinking was, I guess Twitter would be the most obvious place to do it. We dox the CEO and we determine how manageable it would be to meet in a mutual combat state, and I demand satisfaction. That's my idea. And then I get all you guys to act like little fucking cretin underlings and just do nasty shit to their company. Tank their stock? Who knows? We'll say, I don't know. This is why I need you guys. I'm here to make jokes and take care of my family. When it comes to vile retribution, this is Pilot Wings, obviously. You're sitting under a hang glider. Damn. Belly full of pizza and soda. Looking for the thermals. Come on, man. Yo, there's a dude that won't stop bothering me on Patreon. If he's in here right now, present yourself. There's a dude who won't stop bothering me in podcast comments and Patreon saying you're gay for liking pilot wings. That he says that's the worst thing about me is that I like pilot wings. Guess what? You're next in line after the CEO of 24 Pet Watch. Yeah, but yeah, I've got spicy eye drops for your sinuses now, guys. It's called like Hong Tai or something like that. I hope it's not actually damaging my brain. Do you think Philly's gonna go full Gotham because of the I-95 collapse? Oh, I don't even want this to be real. I think so, though. You guys want to see a disaster? Also, Davey, let's set up one of those shows that you were talking about the other night. No, you're mistaken. Pilot Wings was not pretty lame. Pilot Wings, I think, introduced an entire generation of fat children to the concept of mindfulness without them even knowing. Blast Corps was kind of difficult, but also kind of cool still. Yeah, 95 is fucked, and this is kind of near me. This is great music for it, though. All drivers to avoid I-95 in Northeast Philadelphia, where I live. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. I didn't even know that was the governor of Pennsylvania, by the way. Did anybody know? No, I've not gotten my hands on the Queens of the Stone Age leak. But I do have thoughts. It probably rips, and I'll probably bump the shit out of it. Oh, no! It could take weeks to repair I-95. Oh, that's not so bad. I figured this would take fucking years. So I guess the story is that a truck fire under the highway, and if you're not from around Philadelphia, and who knows, maybe you are, but if you're not from around Philadelphia, I-95 is like... We have worse roads, obviously, but like when there's problems on I-95, it's like having a stuffy nose. It's like, you know, you can get by, but boy, oh boy, is it a nightmare. Live helicopter footage. Let's check this out. Things are not going well in old Philadelphia. There is audio, but it's just the hum of the helicopter, which I think is important. You guys getting that? Tim, your heavy metal poisoning theory of misbehaviorism in Philly is a legit thing. I come from a place in the earth where many Eastern European orphans were adopted by Americans and then soon stabbed? What? Neil TF! Tip 420, yo bro, thank you. So I will say this looks not good. Whoa, it's fully collapsed. This is going to take weeks to repair? Fuck you, dude. This is going to take 20 years. Whoa, dude. I've probably... Seriously, if you counted the number of times I've driven through each lane of this section of highway, it's probably in the tens of thousands. I've hit each lane of this thousands of times. Could have been me. I'm getting close to a could have been me. Nothing is on fire right here. There's just nothing on fire over here. That's pretty fucked up. This is just fire that doesn't feel like going away. And this close to a hose? Come on, man. Someone pick that thing up. Yeah, you gotta feel like a real dickhead. I saw a billboard that said, use injured. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's John Morgan, the legal legend. Are both sides collapsed or just the one? This doesn't look good. You see how it looks like it collapsed all the way through, but this is still there? This is a cheap piece of highway. Look, this is like 65 feet of Chinese highway right there in the middle of an American highway. Of course it collapsed. Weeks. They're saying this is going to take weeks to repair. Dude, they're not even going to have a contract in place for weeks to fix this. So I guess what happened was a truck under it was on fire and burnt, and this fell down. Wow, man. What a terrible thing to have happened. You don't see any cars in it, so it looks like no one... I mean, you'd think that cars would be down there, but I guess... Oh, I see why it's only going to take weeks. This is... Oh, this is overpass. Okay. So they just have to replace the overpass. And I can see how you could do that in a matter of weeks, but... Holy shit. It's going to be tough getting to my fucking podcast now. Is this a brand new part of 95? I don't know. This looks like regular 95. Wow. This rules. I've really come to hate this city. I'm not quite going to celebrate this, but these people need a wake-up call. Look how fat our first responders are here, by the way. Look at this dude's neck. If your house is on fire and I mean, one at a time you're pulling your children out and you collapse in front of your house, you can't even move your limbs because you've inhaled so much smoke, you have nothing left. And then the truck pulls up and this guy gets out, you just go, oh no. Oh no, my youngest son is not making it out of this fucking fire because this fat shit's not even gonna get up the stairs. Fuck. Our cops are all jacked though. Our cops train like fighters. Actually, these are white shirts. Can you imagine this guy drawing his service pistol? Look at this fat fuck. Here's where the stream's going. Look at this fat shit. Can you imagine this guy athletically drawing a service pistol? Most of this guy's exercise, his heart rate only elevates when he says the N-word. Look at this. This is heart disease. If you were to draw a shape of a man's torso that indicates heart disease, this is it. Look at this, dude. This is state police spilling over his belt. Look at, you can always tell when a guy's a fat shit when the shoulder seams of his shirt come down this far. Likewise, this dude doesn't have a corner in his bones. Look at this guy. This guy has the shape of the aliens from the beginning of The Fifth Element. Here, I think this is that same fat fuck firefighter over here. This dude's kind of jacked. This dude takes beating minorities seriously. Oh, this dude's got his legs splayed out too. He's got his knees locked so he can stand for longer without activating any of the musculature in his system. What a disgrace this city is. Dude, emergency what? What emergency what, dude? Come on. Look at the way his belly is look at the tension lines on the top of his shirt. Look at the way his belly is pulling down on his shirt, creating tension up by the shoulders on this thing. This guy, you usually see these lines on a shirt with a woman with big tits and they're going sideways right here. This guy has big tit lines on his shirt and it's his belly pulling down on his shoulders. And this guy's supposed to save you from a fire. Emergency. This dude's fucking emerging from a KFC Taco Bell. Yo, dig the fucking wedgie out too, brother. Please, man. What an embarrassment. Oh, someone gave a crossing guard a gun. I gotta take a look at the, Tim, why don't you politely bother your local public servant to be somewhat more active? Chase them with a whip, maybe. No? Whoa, dude, chill.
angle like this. So if you have your phone on you right now, go to Fox 29, the app or the website. You get a live feed of what is just behind me here. And it's really a remarkable scene on just how much heat and fire and damage had to happen to collapse an entire...
You know, you're supposed to have a non-regional dialect when you talk on the news. You're supposed to say, and so, Katie, it seems one of the support beams just couldn't take it anymore. And this guy's like, and what fucking happened in there is that some of the beams look like that one, maybe like a brick or something got taken out. And they're like, dude, Philadelphia is the most embarrassing city in the world.
Again, this is on the northbound side of Interstate 95.
Interstate 95.
Causing massive traffic hangups, closed down on both sides for about 3 to 4 miles on each side. I'm in South Philly. I'm at the interstate.
Yeah, the bridge is fucked, dude.
Road. So this area is congested. A lot of detours are going to be taking place. So keep that in mind right now.
He's got a Han Solo jacket on. By the way, it's 90 degrees in Philadelphia. And he's wearing Han Solo getting on the last ship off of Hoth jacket on.
You guys are either heading out to church or getting back.
Heading out, if you're fucking going out to church or hitting up your fucking perk guy or fucking you stayed out too late after the Phillies game doing coke and your girl's mad at you, so you fucking crashed at your boy's house and now his wife's being a fucking dickhead. You know, any of that, you're going to want to avoid I-95 northbound in fucking northeast Philadelphia, dude, till probably, I don't know, maybe fucking couple weeks before they even fucking start on this shit.
You know, just trying to get into your day, trying to enjoy your Sunday. It's a beautiful day outside. But keep that in mind. Keep the Fox 29 app on you. We will be pushing out updates as road closures are updated, as they add or remove closures. We will have that information here for you.
We'll fucking let you know, dude.
Keep your phone near you, as this is an ever-changing situation. This is going to change.
Ever-changing. He forgot the word developing.
By the hour, and we will be bringing you those updates as soon as we get those changes. So a quick recap as I wrap up here.
Ready for the recap.
I'm live in South Philly, a breaking news situation.
Breaking news.
7 o'clock this morning, a fire started underneath the interstate.
He's holding his mic like a goblet of baby blood.
We believe the fire is from a vehicle. We don't know how that fire
We're fucking pretty sure. Yo, we had heard that the fire started in a vehicle first off, and fucking we're saying like, yo, if that's true, dude, that's fucking not cool.
So intense that it collapsed a portion of the interstate down onto the
dashboard confession.
Near Cotman Avenue. So avoid this area.
Yo, hands down, this is the fucking worst fire I ever seen under an overpass on 95. Back to you.
Created an atmosphere that helps build pride.
Damn, dude. Damn, dude, this sucks. My highway is ruined. Oh no. Oh no. This ruins my plans to go rafting with Danny Dubs. Well. Fuck. Oh, what's this from? I know this music. Earthbound? Fucking Pokemon Snap. God damn it. Tight jam though. Yo, can I be totally honest? My they say great art is created sometimes within the confines of arbitrary boundaries and restrictions, you know? And I think losing the cool tunes is something that's going to challenge us and push us into brand new cool territory. And I think that this is just I'm seeing nothing but green lights on having to switch to video game music. Do you ever go gun shopping with Dubs and Rainey? No, but we're absolutely planning to for sure. I can't tell you how much my time has just been dominated by making my cool new show. Losing the cool tunes will def force you to grow or fold under the pressure. Yeah, it's time. It's time, dude. Pokemon Snap music looking at collapsed infrastructure is so... This is it, dude. This is the future of streaming. Just post a playlist every few weeks or whatever instead. Yeah. Bold take, but I like these tunes better. It's equal for me, but yeah. Yeah, I'll go field tripping for guns, actually. Field and stream tripping. How's that? Anonymous tipped 690. Damn, dude, the 690s and the 420s. That's it. I gotta go refill my coffee and get my sinus herbs. Enjoy this little, I don't know, this is kind of a digital pastiche I've made for you of Pokemon Snap music and collapsed infrastructure. Hey, it's me, I'm back. Hello again. Damn, Anonymous tipped 420. John Griff tipped 690. Dude. Ah! This is the best. This is so much more simple than Twitch in some ways, huh? Oh man. Compound Herb Inhaler, Hong Tai brand. Thank you so much. Thank you for clearing me out. What would have been the best music to jam out to when watching the people jump from the burning towers on that Tuesday morning in NYC? I'm thinking the skydiving level from Pilot Wings. You know? Tim loves his hung tie dudes. Mr. Unicorn Wallace, you're in absolute peril right now. You have no idea. This is the main benefit of YouTube is that now I have access to your personal information without you even knowing, and I'm already on my way to your house. You're fucked. Yeah, the Twitch sucks for watching on a television, but my God, if you're watching me on a living room television right now, that might be pretty punishing for your family. Because I watch Twitch in my living room sometimes. Yeah, well, so this highway looks proper fucked. Our hearts go out to the concrete and asphalt and steel. And the motherfucker's working overtime to get this shit fixed. Oh, some of these anonymous ones aren't actually anonymous. I mean, maybe you chose to remain anonymous, but I see who tipped. I really appreciate you guys. Let me know if I should just out people anyway. I don't know if that's a choice or what's going on. Anonymous again, tip 420. Dude, the 420s, bro. Where's my vape? This one died with plenty of wax left inside of it. Okay, let me see. How should I don't know how to present this next tidbit. I don't know what order I should go in to present this next tidbit. But okay. All right. So, I posted on Instagram that we went to we shot an episode of Field Tripping with Sam Talent in Baltimore, Maryland. And I know it's very good, but I was like halfway through the day, I was like, my nervous system started to feel fried because I was just like, I can't believe I'm getting to do this. And I'm going to be very gay for as short of a time as possible. I get to shoot all day with Sam Talent. We went to the aquarium. And again, I don't need to restate the purpose of this show, but like my podcasting style is I go and do something fun and then I come and tell you about it. And then hopefully I show you my personality while I'm telling you about it. And I thought if I tried really hard, I bet I could make a show where the show is us having fun. And then I can show you my personality there. And maybe it'll be better than just me on a podcast. I don't know. I'm trying though. And so we shot all day with Sam Talent. I mean, I unbelievably blessed. I've got Noah with me the whole time, and I just have so much fun. The dude's like, when I'm hanging out with Noah, it's like plugging me into an amplifier. It's like, maximized. And I was just like, I hit a moment where I was just like geeking, like, whoa, dude, this fucking rules. And it has something to do with, I think it was specific to Sam Talent because he's so funny, but on the edge of like the wild, funny shit he's saying, there's something like profound, and it's almost like you feel like you're too close to a power generator or something like that. And it was just the best. But anyway, long day of work for the crew, Danny Dubs and Rob Cruz, and we decided to unwind afterwards by stopping at Medieval Times before we came home. And that was a peak experience. I was calling it for tax purposes, it was a scouting trip for Dad Meet Patreon, obviously. You and Matt should go to a Native American sweat lodge. If those exist, I will. So we go to Medieval Times and they explain, I've never been there before. I had no idea what to expect. I just knew that I was meant to be there. And they tell us we're in the green section. You got to cheer for the Green Knight, and your rival is the red section, and you need to be merciless to him. And I said, oh. And so we're in our seats, and they're letting us, they're introducing the knights. They're doing their whole song and dance in the beginning, and there's like a host guy who's like, he's reading, he's very clearly sticking to the script, no ad libs, which fine, but. It's time to start introducing the knights. And the last pair that they introduce is our knight, the Green Knight, and across from us, the Red Knight. And we're watching the other sections cheering like, oh, Blue Knight, woo, number one, yeah. Yellow Knight, boo, we don't like you. Green Knight comes out. We're screaming. We get chants going. We're going, let's go, Green Knight. Everyone's fired up. It's the most energy we've ever spontaneously created anywhere. And fucking our section is like, they're feeling it. They're totally going for it. Rockin' Randy tipped 1776. Thank you. Make a game, you fucking nerd. Happy future Father's Day, by the way. Thank you very much, Rockin' Randy. And I promise, dude, I'm getting around to it. Let me put this. Let me put a button on this show, throw it over my shoulder, and send it to you guys, and then I'll get working on the video game. And now the final night, the red night, our rival is introduced, and we're getting ready to be so vicious. We're prepared. I mean, there's venom dripping from our incisors as this red knight's about to come out. And he goes, we see the horse's head come through the entrance, and I'm not kidding, I'm stopping short of throwing parts of my meal at this guy, and I haven't seen him yet. And he rides out, and it's the only black guy in the entire show, and we go, and we all have to like our heels are kicking up dust as we're skidding toward a cliff, and we're like, and we look at each other, and the four of us are like faces in the soup laughing like, no, it's a black guy. Chill. Wait, it's the hardest chill ever, dude. Dude, I'm not, dude, our poison glands have drained, and now we're just sitting with mouths full of venom, just like Danny's in the chat. Maybe the biggest twist of all time. And so we're just like, boo, boo. We go back to just normal people. Like, oh, you suck, dude. And then every like couple of minutes, like as soon as the thought had passed, I'd look over to Noah and go, it's a fucking black guy, dude. It was killing us. Yeah. So, I mean, it was just too much to take in. The Red Knight sucks, dude. The Red Knight sucks, but I definitely respect his experience, and there's nothing I can take away from him, you know. Damn, I'm looking. I have the you guys can't see my screen, but the activity feed is over here next to my live chat, and just a real quick, genuine thank you for all the fucking tipping going on. Jesus Christ. I was worried about, you know, I keep shitting on Twitch, but that was an income stream, and hey guys, thank you very much for easing my mind and making it easier to sleep at night as we leave them in our dust. Man, so that was just, and you know, I'll talk more about medieval times on Dad Me this week, I guess. But again, another example. I went and had fun, and then I'm going to go talk about it on a podcast. This is why I need field tripping. Yeah, truly shouts out Noah. He is such a fucking bro, and he knows about a lot of cool stuff, and he really gets me going. Oh, Noah's here! Damn, my squad is in the chat. They never stop. They never stop with the group lift. Me and my crew have our finger. We're doing light as a feather, stiff as a board to everybody. Me and Danny and Rob and Noah. We've got two fingers under everybody in here, and we're levitating you in the motherfucking living room right now. No, we didn't get our picture taken with the queen. We were, you know, we're just lowly peasants. We were intimidated. But anyway, I had the reason I brought up that reaction is because I'm watching what this has to be. Maybe I've been fooled and this is a sketch. But the second video I'm going to show you is not a sketch. And so this let's go. No, we didn't record at Medieval Times. That was just for us. That was just for the crew. That was me trying to find a way to reward these dudes for putting so much fucking work into an untested idea. And we're not even going to know if people like it until we're almost done making it, do you know? We're making 8 episodes of a show. And a lot of it's going to be done before anyone sees episode 1. And I'm just going, guys, there may not be a financial return on this. I'm just trying to show them a nice time. Everyone will eventually move from YouTube over to Odyssey, Rumble. I can see people moving away from YouTube. That's why I don't want to get too invested in YouTube. I just need a place to be able to do stuff. Is there a Future Times dinner theme place? Ooh. Probably. Now that I'm thinking about it, probably. But man, if I could do a laser gun fight with somebody, like a pulpy sci-fi future, I think Japan has a robot fighting medieval times type thing. Terminator times, nice. Yeah, that would be sick. So I saw this video on YouTube when I first woke up, and I had to cover my mouth in bed. I was laying next to MJ, and if there's nothing to do that day, I always wake up first. Unfortunately, there's almost always something to do, so she wakes up like an hour ahead of me, and then I'm just like stretching as she's fully dressed and like moving stuff around. Today there's nothing to do, so my eyes shoot open way earlier than they need to. I don't know. Is anyone else like that? I've got nothing to do today except for this stream. My eyes shoot open at like 7:48. But if I had somewhere to be at 8 o'clock today, it would be 7:55 and she'd be like shaking my body. It doesn't matter. So my eyes shoot up at 7:48. I pick up my phone to check the time. I open and I check some notifications. I do a little bit of timeline scrolling. This is a bad habit. This is why I want to start putting my phone downstairs while I sleep. And because you missed us when you were in bed with the wife. I was like, babe, the retarded guys need me. And so this video comes up pretty quickly. And the caption is Australian politician. And I'm sorry if you've seen this before. It just doesn't have enough engagement for me to think that this is like massively viral. It's only got 138 retweets, so if you've seen this, I'm sorry. But Australian politician uses an Aboriginal translator to share his warning about the dangers of COVID with Aboriginals. So I'll show you the tweet. Ready? Ignore the second one for now, please. Be an adult. Australian politician uses an Aboriginal translator to share his warning about the dangers of COVID with Aboriginals. And I'm thinking his message is going to be cringe. The Aboriginal's going to hate him. Like, whatever your expectations are, set them now. Because it's not going to be that. All right? Here you go. Just imagine in your brain, what language are the Aboriginals of Australia preserving? And why do they need a translator? Imagine what that language sounds like. You've never heard it before. You've never it's so different from what, I don't want to say normal people, but what the dominant populace of Australia are saying. They need a translator. So it's going to be incomprehensible. These sounds that they make are probably going to be, I'm thinking, Aboriginal Australian language probably sounds so funny. There's probably like little sound effects that they do and little like that kind of stuff. That's my expectations. Maybe I'm wrong. Chris Mack says they have hundreds of languages, Tim. I'm thinking, of course they must. Obviously, dude. Indigenous people. But check this out. See, you can, if you listen very, very closely to the translation, you can see that, and maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like the English language actually has borrowed a few things from Aboriginal Australian language, but you could miss it if you're not paying attention. Here you go.
This is an important message to keep Aboriginal people safe.
And the message, a proper important one, to keep everybody safe one.
You can die from the corona or get really sick.
You can pass away from this corona, or you can get really sick one.
It's time to get the corona needle to keep people and country strong.
Again, it's time to get them this needle, from a corona, to keep them but all the people and country proper strong one.
The corona needle will protect kids, old people, men and women.
Well, the young corona needle gotta keep them a safe one for all the kids and for all the men and women.
Many people around the world have already had the needle.
Big mob people all around the world been already get them but their needle.
It is free and it's safe.
Dijan, that needle block corona, he free one and he safe one.
If you're worried, talk to your clinic or medical centre or go to Roll Up for WA on the internet.
If you are worrying about talk like yours one clinic or go like a hospital place or go to get himself roll up like a internet.
So get your needle now and stay strong. Thank you.
So you will gonna get him that needle and stay proper strong one and thank you.
Pretty eye-opening stuff. Pretty eye-opening. I mean, we're not so different, us and them. I feel like she's trying to make it up as she goes. Yeah, I mean, are they pretending to have their own culture just to like get like government grants and stuff? That's why I think indigenous culture is so like silly. Like rain dances? Yeah, right. You guys, they make that shit up on the spot because they're just like, our people are seeking more funding from your government. And the government's like, funding for what? It's like, we need to preserve our culture. And it's like, what culture? And they're like, we wear birds on our heads. And the government's like, oh, that's interesting. And it's like, yes, and our dances are also very of important cultural significance. And they're like, well, what kind of dances? And they go, everybody, come on. And then the guy writing the government check goes, whoa, now we're taught this. Third graders need to know about this. So that's part one of, and I promise. Do you guys want to see the PSA? That's probably copyright music. Do you guys want to see the PSA that they have about Aboriginals not huffing gasoline? Oh, it's just an original song. Dude, Australia's a fucked up place, man. Yeah, this is called do not sniff petrol from a can. Dude. I mean, nice actually. But this is the real main event. This is transgender woman duets with Aboriginal elders. Are you guys ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? The hood gonna love this one. Oh, it's still playing in the background. Excuse me a moment. Sorry. Oh no. I'm in a technological nightmare. Let's stop that song in case we get struck. Hope we don't get struck on this one. Oh fuck. The politician's still talking. God damn it. Okay, there we go. Alright. Y'all ready to go on a little ride?
You are my sister, and I love you.
Transig! Miguel!
May all of your dreams come true. You are my sister, and I
Soy loaf. I would have went with Beyond Loaf, but soy loaf is nice.
dreams come true.
That's E.T. That's what they were trying to hide E.T. The throat clear.
Differently there. So similar over the years.
That's Sam Smith, right? Yeah, anyway. I consumed all of this before sitting upright today. Abo Lizzo. Oh, man. I got too high too fast this morning. This is leveling me. Yeah, that was pretty tough stuff, man. That didn't sound like what that lady was saying earlier. Good point. This was just stuff. I opened my eyes and I went, what time is it? And then suddenly I was seeing, them corona needle gonna be passed away on you then. And I was just like, what? And then I scrolled down and it was, yabahe yabaha nabale labaha when I love my abo sister and you all for me. And I'm just like, hey, do you want coffee? This is such a twisted experience. Just, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. If I'm using my brain the wrong way, I want you guys to promise you'll let me know. Because I have a feeling I'm not supposed to be using my brain on any of this stuff. I feel like someone's going to come and confiscate it. And my neighbors had a gas leak last week that required jackhammering through the night to fix in the front yard connected to mine. And I'm wondering, have I ever made any sense? Have I ever used my brain correctly? And now MJ's sending me racist jokes. Fuck. MJ's in bed waking up to semi-racist memes and sending them to me. The gas leak killed us a week ago. I haven't been alive in a week. Only Abo tunes on the river today. Ugh. Oh, man. I've been sniffing petrol from a can. That PSA was for me. Tim, I have been in between contracts for work, and most of the staffers offering me positions are hardcore Indians. And I have legit started code switch for their same sentence structure, but no accent. Guess what? You're a translator now. This might be limbo. We're living in limbo. I hate to break it to you. Who has the strongest abos? Well... I don't know. It seems like it seems like they've all been reduced. It seems like they selectively bred. It seems like we found the. Not we, they. By the way, I'm talking about slave owners. I think third generation Irish. I think my great grandparents on both sides are from Ireland. We just got here. We just got here in the 1900s, okay? All that nasty stuff was over before we got here. But it seems like hundreds of years ago, someone went, these are the best abos, selectively bred them. And then the rest of them were kind of just like put in a playpen and given alcohol and petrol in a can. And they're all kind of just like getting smaller and weaker. So, yeah, I think the book's been closed on best abos. I think we took the best and made them better. They took the best and made them better. Shut up. But this is, these are, again, you're not supposed to use your brain on this stuff. This stuff all tracks logically. It's maybe, we're laughing at the absurdity of it. But you're not supposed to use your brain on this stuff. You're spending your brain in the wrong place. This culture of expressing just purely fake emotion and belief has to be so damaging for your soul. It must be. Everyone's in competition to be like the bravest voice on social media, and you're just like kind of regurgitating, I don't know, like cotton candy thoughts. I'm convinced Friday wasn't real. Got donuts from one of my favorite spots. Hung out at the aquarium with Sound Talent. Then went to my favorite restaurant. Yeah, we're definitely on the other side. We've crossed over, dude. It's over for us. Why do Yabos speak like Yoda? Because Yoda was an Abo. He was a translator for Luke to talk to the swamp. During the War of Northern Aggression, a healthy single male slave with no family fetched at the time $900, while draft dodgers in the North, mostly fresh Irish, had bounties of $300. So disrespectful. Yeah, well, I'm telling you, dude. Look at the draft picks. The Irish people are kind of a weak blood. We don't really do well in any environment. Irish people are essentially indigenous playpen droolers. I hate to break it to you guys, but Irish are I think, Northern European indigenous. We was Yodas. I think Irish people were kind of like hobbits, chilling, walking around with no shoes, dancing on tables, having sex with ugly women. And then the English were like, we need to get some roads built. We need to think about technology. And the Irish are just like, go ahead. And then the English were eventually just like, you guys live like right here. Here's booze. We're going to go inbreed at the highest level and just make genetic freaks to run our country and then dominate our cultural landscape for the next couple hundred years. And Irish people are like, that's what you need to do. And then they blockaded and starved us. English were on that Roman mentality, dude. They got on that Roman grind set and ruined everyone's fun forever. We could have been chill. The Irish are lame for allowing the Union Jack to fly on their island in Belfast. Well, you do what you got to do to survive, man. I've been fucking broke. I've flown flags that I'm not proud of to get by. I understand, man. Say what you will about us. We're survivors, bro. You ever see how long Irish American dude can survive with an active heroin addiction. We're like indestructible. Our bodies are indestructible from foreign substances. Should I be more proud of my Irish or of being Irish American? Well, they kind of overdo it in Philadelphia. I will tell you that. Irish Americans in Philly, and I think it's kind of died down. It's a little bit passe now, but for a while, there were dudes with just Irish belly rockers. Like, they went hard. They went ham in the 90s and early aughts. West Coast, they probably don't know about Irish American culture yet on the West Coast. It's too sunny. At least we're not Boston, but that almost made it more embarrassing because we aren't Boston. Philly's got like a pretty diverse genetic loser flea market vibe going on. And it's all like Philly's very segregated. So you have your Polish neighborhoods, you have your Irish neighborhoods, you have your you have your Italians, you've got Eastern European neighborhoods. It's all like pretty well defined. And just the Irish people have just been, they just never shut up about it. They got into it way too hard. Let's trade homeless peoples. I'm good, actually, dude. You're a West Coast homeless people could not survive East Coast, by the way. There's no chance. You could just comfortably be outside all year round on the West Coast, depending on where you're at. California, I'm talking about specifically. Oop, I found the knot in my shoulder. Now to just apply enough pressure to make me nauseous and pain until it releases. And then wait until I use my arm again and it flares back up. The British ended worldwide slave trade, apparently. Yeah, but they were like... They were the last ones at the party. They closed the door on the way out. They were like, you know what? It was 5:30 a.m. England was still doing cocaine in terms of worldwide slave trade. They heard the birds chirping. Everyone else was asleep or had left. And they went, you know what? I think it's time to wrap this up, guys. What do you say? And they looked around and there was no one to respond. They were just like, yeah, I'm making the responsible decision. I think the party's over on the worldwide slave trade. And they turned the lights off and locked the door behind them. So it's like, okay, they did, but... We need... Oh, Buffalo. If you're homeless in Buffalo, I think you should be recruited into an elite military unit. Actually, if you're just a normal person in Buffalo and haven't killed yourself, we need to be, like, studying your nervous system. Every living soul in Buffalo, New York that hasn't, and I don't know how to test for this, but if you've never put the barrel of a gun in your mouth in Buffalo, New York, we need to be studying your nervous system to create a new antidepressant. They're the only people really surviving. Or just normal people in Buffalo, New York. If you've never gotten a rope burn around your neck in Buffalo, let us just get can we just have a peek at your brain chemistry, if there's a way to do that non-invasive? I think it'd be very helpful for all of mankind. Homeless people in Buffalo have the same thing as Captain America and frogs. I'm gonna let that statement stand on its own, McGill. Africans started and try. Okay, all right, we're done with the slave trade, guys. Like I said, we closed the book on the slave trade. That's it. There you go, guys. A little bit of a vibe refresher for you fucking animals in here. That was my Aboriginal duet to clear the fucking vibe. Need the cruise for vocals. No, I need an Abo sidekick. I might demote Noah to Aboriginal. Runaway Slav, chill, dude. No, not naive either. Shut up. I'm gonna kill everybody in here. You guys are on my list of dudes to kill. Obviously, number 1, CEO, 24 Pet Watch. Number 2 was... Who did I say was right behind them? Anyway, number 3 through 123 is everybody in this live chat right now if this classroom doesn't get the fuck together, man. I said demote, not promote. Abo sidekick, Guest Digital's Australian producer, Dark Web Nate. No. Man, please don't remind me about 95 collapsing because this is really about to impact me. Actually, if I could just move out of the city a little bit faster. Here's what I need to happen. I need my new show to be very successful. I need to get out of the city, and then I'll never have to worry about 95 again. I'll come in and out of the city for just business. I won't have anything to do personally here. I couldn't begin to guess what game this is from. Oh, it's because it's fucking Mickey's Magical Tetris Challenge. Oh, Die Jam. What's up in the world of video games, guys? Can I show you I'm gonna show you a trailer for a game that I'm extremely excited about. I think it's called Baby Steps. I could be wrong though. Yeah, here we go. So do you guys remember Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy? And Quap? You guys know Quap, right? Just if anyone, this is like a very, very, everyone knows Quap. But if you don't know Quap, here's a quick little refresher. I'll show you this. You press Q, W, O, and P to move the legs on this runner. Okay? And I forget what the rhythm is. I'm running backwards, actually. It was something like Q, P, O, W, Q, P, O, W. There we go. I'm getting some momentum. There we go. There we go. All right. 1.6 meters. So... Bam! Almost did a backflip. This was a classic. What did this game come out in? Like 2000? It says 2008, I guess. So Q moves the left leg forward, or sorry, the right leg, Okay. Okay, so Q is for the thighs, O and P are for the calves, right? And there's a very specific way that you can kind of get this going. Whoops. But you see the charm in here, right? Whoops. Wish this didn't look like Sid in college. I'm setting the world record for backwards. Okay, backwards percent. I almost got a stride going. Fuck, I still didn't even get back to the starting line. Quap was the getting over it guy, and then I'll remind you of getting over it really quickly. Getting over it was a very cool game. So he makes this. It's a viral flash game sensation, and rightfully so. It's got all the charm and frustration of a great bit. The dude who made these games, I think, is Australian. No! And then this was more of a traditional release. Getting over it. And getting over it is you're stuck in a pot and you use a mouse to move the head of the hammer. The only thing you have control over is the position of the head of the hammer. And so this was another viral sensation because streamers were playing it and just like getting frustrated and going like, "Oh, I fell! Oh no, I went backwards!" And it's, you know, exhausting but it's a very cool game.
Feeling more intense than starting over.
And there's a very interesting and fun philosophical voiceover the whole time.
As I have. Or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding.
I mean, this is not very impressive gameplay, but I'm doing a great job.
With a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here. Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. And don't worry, I'll save your progress, always. Even your mistakes. This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer.
I forget how to do this.
Known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following.
No,
they're
come
built
back.
more for the joy of building them than as polished products. In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost
There we go.
entirely
What do you think
out
about
of
that?
found and recycled parts. And it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor.
I'm trying speedrun strats.
Is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery. And the player is constantly, unremittingly...
Oh, I'm still playing the Nintendo 64 music in the background, sorry.
Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree. And a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of confidence.
And then this happens, and then you start falling backwards.
Video game worlds are
that kind of stuff, okay? So it went viral for that. You would constantly just accidentally reset, and then if you were fuck you, and then if you went and you start going faster, you're like, okay, this is starting to work. And then you accidentally, you know, send yourself all the way back to the beginning of the game over and over again. And then people made a lot of money on Twitch. And, you know, like fucking TikTok making rage clips about it. And they were just doing it just to make themselves angry. Anyway. It's a very fun way to spend your time. It's not bad at all. So this guy's got a new game in collaboration with the guy who made...
Nate!
I'll let it speak for itself.
Nate!
Nate, buddy, family meeting. Let's go.
Are you bringing him food again?
Not right now.
Talked about this.
Not right now.
You are
okay?
literally killing him with these pizzas.
You just want to throw him out on the street.
No,
Is that what you
I,
want?
no, he's
You want him to
35.
live on the
I
street?
want him to have some kind of discipline.
Well, discipline.
Nate, if you can hear my voice, I want you to come up here. We're having a family meeting.
What the hell?
Oh, can you not?
It's just, I didn't.
Yeah, let's go back in time to when you didn't.
No, I was just trying to catch it with my, sorry.
With
just
your
was
foot,
using my,
yeah, you tried to catch it.
I saw it was starting to go, and I just tried to.
You just kicked. You thought I'll give it a good kick
No,
to counteract the fall.
Yeah, I was just trying to steady it. I might be over.
Yeah, you might. You might have.
I
Yeah,
over.
You might have oversteadied
Yeah,
it.
no, it was just a little oversteadied.
Well, it's not steady now.
No, well.
See you later.
So,
Wanker.
yeah.
Now that's a video game. President Simulator 2024, Mike Trainer. That's the joke of the stream. Thank you. What a chaotic algorithm I've got. Is anyone excited for Final Fantasy 16? I promise you I am. Hey, look, there's me. We've got 117 watching. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm extremely excited for Final Fantasy 16. I'm extremely excited for Armored Core. Oh, this is fun. Blender is free, and you can do a tutorial to actually make something that you can show people and go, hey, check it out. I 3D modeled something. Pretty neat, huh? You're not excited for Final Fantasy 16 because you haven't played the first 15. Well, let me tell you this. I can promise you this. You can skip Final Fantasy 15. It's the worst game I've ever played. There is nothing good about Final Fantasy 15. Some of the side quests were neat, but I also realized that I just liked doing side quests. I just liked checking off side quests as being done. And I could get the same feeling from just doing minor upkeep tasks like in my backyard and in my house and stuff. The best parts of Final Fantasy 15 were references to the other games in the series, like little music stuff. Like you could collect soundtracks for older Final Fantasy 15 games and play them. And there were like little nods, and that was the only part that I have tortured myself into finishing it. I did finish Final Fantasy 15. The resolution to the story was okay, I would say. Like it did wrap up, but then also like it was needlessly convoluted and led to people like arguing about what actually happens in the ending. I thought it was clear to me, but apparently they only added clarification after some DLC. So when the game originally came out, people were just like, what do you think this means? And so, no thank you. Have I played the Final Fantasy VII Remake? Yeah. And I'm fucking pumped on part 2. Have you seen Final Fantasy VII The Porn? No, but cool. On Final Fantasy being the topic, are there more Final Fantasy games or more ESPN channels? RIP ESPN Classic. Dude, I want more Final Fantasy games. I want weird shit. Like, I tried that Crisis Core game. It was okay. Not quite for me. But yeah, I'm going to play 16 day one. I really want to play it. The channel art I had was sick for Final Fantasy. Yeah. Dude, I'm a lifelong Final Fantasy dork. I have clearer memories of, like, I think there was, like, was there a Coca-Cola Final Fantasy commercial? Or was it just a Christmas Final Fantasy commercial? There was a there was a Final Fantasy VII commercial the year it came out that was like Christmas themed, I think. Or I might be conflating two different things. Oh no, there was Final Fantasy VII collectible figurines. But I have clearer memories of television commercials for Final Fantasy VII than I do of many like key childhood moments. It was Pepsi. Thank you. Oh boy, found it. That's a nice intro. Shout out to the livestream.net.
An evil empire is sucking the life force from the planet.
Yeah, I think I got this for Christmas. And this was leading up to it. And I remember watching this and just going like, I'm about to have the best life in the world. If I get this for Christmas, I'm seriously going to be the #1 boy ever. I'm going to be the happiest child. This is what I've been waiting for my entire life. Nice. Oh, dude. Oh, dude, knowing that this was coming. Come on, man. Anyway. I love Final Fantasy. Would you stream any of the older Resident Evil games, Tim? For instance, 1 remake, 2, and 3 original, or my personal favorite, Code Veronica? Yeah, I mean, I like that stuff. I love playing that stuff. I mean, look, this is first and foremost, this is content. It can't be too self-indulgent for what I like to do. And I constantly walk that fucking line, and I'm way too autistic. So I'm constantly at risk of just like disappearing into what I like and no one following me. That's my biggest concern right now, is that I'm going to just fully turn in on myself and just only act on my most selfish impulses. And then people will just be like, wow, remember Tim used to be pretty funny. As someone who never played a Final Fantasy game, where should I start, in your opinion? Oh no. That's a great question. Dude, I mean, what game is this from? This is a YouTube video called Jungle in Gaming Mix. It's mostly just like racing game music, but this was the best. I would love hearing this shit. Fucking Ridge Racer. I didn't even care about the games that much. I just liked hearing this fucking music. I would rent them just to hear this shit. 7 Remake's not a bad idea for a first Final Fantasy. However, it needs to be said. It's going to be hard to attach you can enjoy some of the games, but it's going to be hard to attach yourself to some of these without like this is a big part of retro gaming, is that you're transporting a part of your brain back to a time before having a job. Kenny, thank you for the 420 tip, by the way. Fuck, I missed it. Goonin. That's my real answer. Actually, before I go any further, my real answer is my buddy Chris Goonin in the chat said Final Fantasy II United States version. So that would be Final Fantasy IV Japan. That is my real answer. However, since you're playing it as an adult and not as a child, possibly with a troubled home life, who I think video games were really originally for, that was who drove the culture of video games, was boys in troubled homes who needed some sort of bright spot. And I'm speaking for myself and the guys that I've encountered on video game message boards. This is why there was so much friction when girls invaded the video game space. The video games were for boys who had not a lot of great prospects going on at home. That needs to be said. And so, as an adult now, when you play video games, there should be a part of your brain that you're soothing and massaging. This is almost like trauma processing, but for boys. Trauma reprocessing for boys is playing retro video games, and even modern video games. It does still kind of scratch the itch. But when girls showed up and said that, like, actually, video games should have gay and black people in them, it was like, shut up. You just got here. We don't care. What we want in video games is what Japanese people think white people look like. That's what video games are supposed to be. No one cares. Dude. Yeah, Miguel said, yeah, girls growing up in troubled homes have to find reprieve in dating black men. Chill out, Kool-Aid. Don't make me fucking shred your face off again. Yeah, they made Animal Crossing for girls. Leave cool games alone. Let us keep just playing kind of racist versions of what Western people are like, made by Japanese developers. Now, thanks to girls kind of like putting the boys on ice, now video games have been taken over by giant Chinese conglomerates that are just turning every video game into a DLC nightmare. Thanks a lot, girls. You ruined it. We were having fun. And you handed us over to the fucking Chinese government. You said, stop making cool video games. Unless every character in your game is trans and queer, we're going to boycott it and get your company shut down. And now fucking Tencent has their mitts in everything. Konami started making Metal Gear into a pachinko machine. I hate this. Video games were originally, software developers, game makers, they were trying stuff out. They were trying to see how to captivate the lucrative market of imaginative and maybe overly sensitive 11-year-old boys with parents who could afford, $60 a couple of times a year. And then $299 every 5 to 7 years. And they figured out the secret sauce. And then those children's families fell apart, and those kids retreated into the world of fucking, Midgar. And it was great for us because those marriages were doomed anyway. And then while Squaresoft and fucking Ubisoft and Nintendo and Sega and Sony, while those guys were kind of captivating us and embedding themselves in our nervous systems, the pharmaceutical companies were destroying our parents and older brothers and siblings and cousins. So everyone had something. We had the nicest one. Out of all the gigantic conglomerations that were just taking over our central nervous systems, fat 11-year-old pussies in the 90s had the nicest overlords. And then girls came along and said, no, this is all wrong. And they ruined it. And they delivered us to Xi Jinping on a silver platter. And it's not fair. And video games were like Primus, dude. No girls necessary. Not no girls allowed, but we could finally have a cool, fun time. Girls, check it out if you want to, but shut the fuck up. Primus is still safe, by the way. That's still for boys. But look at fucking metal and hardcore and shit. That's been girled the fuck out. As soon as tattooed big tit girls with glasses came around, the dudes stopped punching each other for long enough to be like, oh, I can probably impress her and get my fucking dick sucked. And now music sucks. But I'm getting off track, dude. The best Final Fantasy for you to jump into would be just look at screenshots of them, and if any of the visual styles reach out to you, check it out. But I would go before Final Fantasy X. 10 would be the very latest one, and honestly, 10 doesn't really work. 10 you could call the last great one. 12 to the real homies would be the answer. But a lot of people call 10 the last real great one, or the last real great classic one. And I think it doesn't make as much sense if you haven't played an earlier one before that. So let's narrow it down. Let's go before 10 for your first Final Fantasy experience. Let's say 9. 9 has... I think they might have reached the top of the mountain for old Final Fantasy in Final Fantasy 9. And I have no problem recommending it as a first game. And I think it's on PlayStation Plus Extra right now, so it's included with that yearly plan. 4 is a perfect start, actually. Chris Goonan was the first one to say Final Fantasy 4. It's my personal favorite. The 2D style might be off-putting to some people. The 3D remake of it, ignore. It's cool if you enjoyed the first one as a child and wanted to see someone kind of remake it or whatever. Play Final Fantasy 4. And you need to understand that the technological boundaries that they were fighting against, the graphics, the music, it's all kind of held in this very small box, but inside that box they made some really great stuff. I don't know that Final Fantasy is my favorite game series. I just have some of my strongest attachments to these games. The pixel remasters do look pretty sick. So I would say here's my let's lock this in. Either download Final Fantasy IX on PlayStation Plus for free if you've already got that. Barring that, check out Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster. I haven't touched it myself yet, but I've played Final Fantasy IV a couple times without being pixel remastered. Maybe go with the original music arrangement and see if it charms you. And if it doesn't, it wasn't for you, and that's fine. but you'll get to be transported back to a time before girls tried to make video games gay and instead accidentally made them Chinese fake communist maximal capitalist hellscapes. And that's all I have to say about video games. That's it. That's video games forever. Final Fantasy VI has the best soundtrack of the series. I'd say that's debatable. I also think that the narrative of Final Fantasy VI gets away from it. And I'm not going to call it overrated, but I'm saying if... Let's say Final Fantasy VI makes, to me, Final Fantasy IV massively underrated. Which is the Final Fantasy where you suplex a train boss fight? 6. Yeah, 4 is a little bit more straightforward than 6. It's much simpler. You'll go, oh yeah, this was a narrative written for children. Yeah, the floating continent part gets really boring, dude. 6, I'm telling you, 6 falls apart towards the end. And and this is all to say, Greg Scherer, yes, we are hyped for Final Fantasy 16. Yes, I am playing it day one. I will be. Maybe I'm making a mistake because of how bad Final Fantasy 15 was. Maybe there was a lesson I was supposed to learn. That the magic is gone. That time has passed. If it ain't Pokemon turn-based, it's whack. That's a mistake. Ow. Tim, as an expert on Final Fantasy series, will there be Final Fantasy 69, or will Earth be gone? Are you saying will we receive Final Fantasy 69 before the heat death of our solar system? We can only hope. But you know how they like to do very cute things with Final Fantasy? Like, then this is Japanese developers in general, where it's like Final Fantasy Type 0, that kind of stuff. Final Fantasy 13-2, that kind of stuff. I think we get to Final Fantasy 69 way sooner than chronologically. Have you played the Uncharted games? Probably my favorite series ever. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Except for the shooting. It sucked playing Uncharted 1 and you're in like gun battles with dudes wearing flip-flops and like Super Bowl loser t-shirts. If that makes any sense. And you're shooting at them and they're like stepping around your bullets and shots, like they're dodging your shots. That really took me out of Uncharted, but you know, exciting set pieces and action scenes, by the way. Man. All right, I'm gonna get one last mug of coffee, and we're gonna begin our cool down lap. I'm sorry I got so heated on that. Actually, no. Oh my God, dude, we're almost out of time. We're at an hour 40. We need to start slowing down right now. I am playing the new Zelda. It's, I mean, cathartic. Every second of it is cathartic. I actually have to put it down like I'm eating candy. I'll stretch that one out for a while. I also went way too hard on Breath of the Wild. On Breath of the Wild, I played it and I thought about it nonstop, and I was working a very shitty job at the time, so that made it very easy. I'm gonna take my time on it. Tears of the Kingdom, I'll probably still be playing that in like 3 months for sure. Am I gay? Negative. Why are you? Got him. Yeah, what kind of gun should I buy? And I will give you guys Oh, it's so funny. I can't chat via the OBS live chat. I have to go over to YouTube. Here's the current music mix we're listening to. Don't waste your money, dude. I spent 430 pounds a month and hardly used mine. I don't know what any of these things you guys are saying. Like Glock 23, I understand that that's a gun kind. But when you say like 40 millimeter or 38 special, I don't know what the fuck that means. I feel like I'm going to get taken advantage of when I buy a gun. FN makes the 57. You don't want the 57. Hard ammo to source. You know what's very funny? I'm going to say, I heard the ammo is hard to source. I'm going to say that in conversation to somebody now. Thank you very much for that, by the way. Don't buy a 5.7. See? Ooh, this is a great debate for you guys to figure out. Who can give me the most? Now, listen, you guys are throwing around specs and models, but I need a convincing argument. You can't just say, buy this or don't buy this. 5.7 ammo is way too expensive, way too hard to source. I'm not even considering a 5.7 at this point. I'll let you know that. And how do I say that? Do I say 5.7? Do I say 5.7? Do I say 57? Oh, I was talking about the Steam Deck. Oh, my bad. Steam Deck. What kind of ammo does that take? Because I've heard that it could be tough to source the ammo for a Steam Deck. I don't know, and I got to defend my home. What are you buying it for? Home defense? Concealed carry? Well, I mean, let's take a step back even further than that. What should I buy it for? Should I buy it for home defense? Should I buy it for concealed carry? What's the first thing you need to know about buying a gun? Oh, I'm hearing shotgun. People are saying shotgun. This is the most engaged the chat's been the entire time. I'm hearing Glock a lot. Isn't Glock cheap garbage, though? Pistol carbine for home defense. What the fuck does that mean? What do I need it for? I guess home defense. I don't really want to carry a gun out with me, but I would if people thought it was funny. Like if I was wearing tiny shorts with a gun tucked into them, I think people would laugh at that. Just buy your favorite gun from GoldenEye. Now you're talking my language. 9mm are for women and children. All right, I'll get Mary Jo one for her birthday. Shotgun for home, handgun for concealed carry, and rifle for fun. That makes that. See, I have a hard time arguing with that. Step 1: put the barrel in your mouth. Now, don't you guys worry that... So I've never owned a gun in my life. My dad had a gun when I was a kid, but I think that was for, like, defending his home and business. But aren't you guys worried that it'll completely change who I am? Whatever fits in the fanny pack. I'll just get a bigger fanny pack if I need to. P90 and crouch a lot? Okay, I track that. That's funny. Mossberg 590. And Michael Trainer is a trusted confidant. Oh, it's a shotgun. Yeah, but their website's very gay. Look at this fucking pussy. And a ginger? This guy I kind of trust, but he's losing his hair. How much does it cost? Can I buy one online? $700. Is that how much guns cost? $590 retrograde. How are there so many different ones? Whoa, that's cool. Not this one. I'm not a camo guy. Ooh, this seems like a this little handle here seems like a piece that you would find in Resident Evil. And you have to go out of your way for it. Mossberg Shockwave? No, come on. Now we're getting to models within manufacturers. Oh, look at this. These are cheap. $549. 7-shot. Whoa, is this legal? I feel like I could just point that at someone. Gun dorks are the worst. Fucking ruin every. I can own everything out here in Oregon and y'all can't have anything. How y'all even know? How y'all even know what the fuck you are talking about if you can't even seen it? Well, you heard it there, guys. You guys are the fucking... You guys ruin every. And you can't even seen it. So, listen to Nathan Hudson, dude. How you from your Oregon say y'all? Damn! Oh no! You just fed yourselves to the wolves! I'm gonna rescue my cat with a shotgun. Fuck. Get something quiet to cock would be my advice if you want it for self-defense. I don't know if I want to be known as a quiet cocker, though. Yeah, I want something that goes doot 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 doot. Brrr. That kind of gun. How do I get those? Just came back and we buying guns. Abo talk must have went wild, dude. We got twisted off them. Well, this seems pretty reasonable, huh? Don't you want something? Do you have to cock this? Is that what that is right there? Do you go shh? Or is that like not on every shotgun? Pump action. Okay, I know that means you go shh. Because they say that's what... By a West Side gun. Nice. Ezra, dude. That was an alley-oop. They say that just hearing the pump action frightens most burglars enough that they'll stop raping your wife. Wood and silver steel looks the best and ages the best. Is that what gun guys care about, though? I do have to come across as kind of a gun guy. There's the shockwave that was mentioned earlier. This is terrifying. The amount that I'm going to have to learn. Whoa, a mag-fed shotgun! Sorry, babe. The mag-fed shockwave 590M stays on during sex. Round detachable magazine. This is it. I'm gonna start going to comedy shows with this. Please learn proper gun safety. Yeah, of course, dude. I'm Mr. fucking safety. Well, guys, yeah, I will say you've certainly... Ooh, military and law enforcement. Can I just lie? Whoa, dude. This looks like a PUBG gun. Is this actually shit, though? This looks like it could be actually shit. I don't know. It's kind of losing its appeal. I'm overwhelmed with options, and it's bothering me, and I don't like it. I don't like the feeling at all. I guess, can I go to a gun shop and see if it fits in my fanny pack before I buy it? Yeah, I guess I'll have to go to a fucking range. Oh, you can try out guns at a range? Well, why didn't you say so? Then that's the plan. I'll take MJ. We'll try them out. You can have a holstered gun next to your fanny pack. If that's the look, then that's the look. My entire vibe is going to be try me. And that might be a problem. People might not like that. Well, gang. The thigh holster. Tom H, you fucking genius. Yeah, I'm going Tomb Raider. White Blade. Oh, Dave Temple knows about... Oh! We can go field tripping with Dave Temple and buy guns. Oh, I gotta talk to Danny. Ooh, don't you guys like that idea? And actually, Dave Temple, I consider a very cool friend to have in comedy. We always have a very good time, and he actually fucking talks to me like a person instead of just like trying to immediately get to talking shop. We actually don't talk about comedy much when we hang out. Dave Temple like acts like the man because he treats you like the man. That would be nice if I went gun shopping with it. Ooh. Or even I could do like a mini. I could do like a mini-sode where we go gun shopping. We don't have to do a whole production around it. Yeah, this is great. Let me make a note to send to Danny. It's so annoying for comedians to talk about comedy. Brother, you're fucking telling me. Now imagine you're a comedian and you hate comedy and you have to talk to comedians all the time. And none of them have fucking real lives. Yeah, we're going gun shopping with Dave Temple. Lock it in. Yeah, this is great. You need to shoot a couch with Shaner. I mean, this is an entire extra series on its own. Imagine me getting kitted out. Fanny pack, 5-inch inseam, bare bottom shorts, thigh holster. I still have the phone belt clip from the Indian episode of Field Trippin'. I don't know what my WPM is. I don't want to check it right now. Can we, let's say we'll test my words per minute on the next stream this week. I don't like compound bows. I like recurves. A small one-hand crossbow. Yeah, I'm going to be a tier 69 operator. If this look gets a gun, it's going to need a Conor McGregor chest tat. What should I get for a chest tat? I'll get a chest tat. What should I get, though? I want it. You know what I really want? You know, when the money gets better, I'm getting back to getting tatted. But what I really want is like a very horny husband tat. You ever see a dude get like, yeah, this is for my, like, he's got his wife's name under like the horniest tat ever? I think I'm trying to get into that. You gonna be on YouTube for the future? Yeah. I mean, so Field Trippin' launches July 3rd. And from now until then, I'm only streaming on YouTube. And then we'll take a step back. We'll look at it, see what makes more sense. But so far, I'm very much liking YouTube. I want to take a second to thank everyone who tipped today. I can't believe the amount of worry I've had, like walking away from the Twitch revenue stream. And honestly, if you want to be the best bro ever and you have a Amazon Prime, leave it sub to the Twitch while we make the transition, and then I'll find a way to just keep blessing you guys with brand new thoughts and thought crimes. Actually, let me promise you, you're funding thought crimes right now. All right, guys, thank you so much for everything. Thanks for just showing up. The thrilling conclusion to the Lady Glitter Sparkle saga will be nailed down on Dab Meat this Tuesday. We'll do more streams. We'll play more games. Street Fighter 6 players, I am always looking for challenges. We'll have a open lobby while we're going. And the pinned comment has instructions for tipping, but not that I'm asking you. I don't know if I have any other news for you. That's it. You've got all you need to put me out of your brain until the next time you see me. Thank you for everything, and we will. How do we get into Street Fighter 6? I don't know. Watch videos about it. But when I have a Street Fighter 6 stream, or when I'm streaming and playing Street Fighter 6, there's a room code, and you just enter it, and you go into a pool, and I beat the fuck out of everybody except Trainer. He kind of gave me a run for my money. All right. Thank you. I love you all. I'll see you this